Okay, hey there guys, so for this war, we're up against New Nation, who again, kind of like Salty last season, pretty good performance by them. Noon is always very, very good if they're trying. There was just like one season where they didn't really try that hard, but they're always a very, very good alliance. They've been top tier for a very long time. So again, it's not a war that any of us are just gonna like take too lightly. And while I'm taking my fights, I believe the score was like 1-1, but we're like a little bit ahead on time. It wasn't even like that much ahead on time at this point. So I have Path 6 first, and I have Ghost for Spiked Armor Immortal Abomination. When I saw that at first, I was a little bit worried, but I don't know if you guys have seen his channel. I assume you have, Jellycon, and he's taken Corvus. He's used Corvus for nose like this, so I knew it would be fine. And as you see, even after my SP2, I'm still at 10% down, and part of that was recoil. And I gain back way too much power, so I get all the way back up to the SP3, so I throw it, only gain a bar, and the fight goes a little bit south here, if I'm being honest. Just not as like clean of a finish as I would like here. I'm getting in my corner, and I'm trying to finish him off. I end up throwing a special into him. I throw a full combo and a special with no crits without dashing back, because I just did not want to risk him throwing another special or just like getting parried accidentally in war, because stuff like that happens. So I throw a potion in because I've got to fight immediately after this. So I had that power start 1, and power start 1 power back boosts. Oh my gosh, Ghost is so fast. Like, Ghost's damage there was almost to her own detriment there. That like it put me over it. So I'm like, okay, here, let me swap this out. Like, even if I do that, I hadn't bought one for the week, so I'll still have 5 power back boosts that I can use even by doing that. So I'm like, it's fine. And you're going to see this fight here. So this is obviously the Hazard Shift Conflictor and the Rusted Armor. So I know I can't spend too much time baiting specials here if I have to, because then I'll get the armor up, and then if I hit a bunch, or I can't really convert the stuff, right? But look how fast I go here, immediately up to it. SP2 and counts that, but luckily because of the conflictor node there, it actually removes the shock that was going to be placed there by Conduit, so now I don't have to worry about his healing. So that's a nice little benefit that you get from conflictor there. It's a little bit of an odd one, but it's really, really nice. 8%. I really just need him to like come at me. I decided I wasn't going to punish his SP1. In other places I do punish his SP1, which that almost ended up hurting me, I guess, because now I have to like worry about all those little things right there. And that fight, very, very quick as well. Again, it slows down because of Ghost's damage is just too high, and then unlike CGR, she doesn't have that really, really hard-hitting SP3. So it's just absolutely insane how like fast she is there. So now I have to take off suicides. I didn't show putting them on at first, so I have to take them off, which luckily I'm just going to throw glass cannon on here and max out cruelty and stuff, and I don't have to really do too much else here because I don't have any bleed champion, so I don't need bleed deep wounds, I don't need mystic dispersion, so I'm able just to keep those points in reserve because, oh, right there I felt uncomfortable, so I ended up backing out, going back in so I can come in here. And I'm going to throw on a regen boost here, I think. Yeah, because I had one in overflow, and I could still buy one for that day. And it kind of makes that start a little bit easier, because you'll see here. So I'm going to go for a parry, and I'm actually going to back off, because I want to build a couple rock stacks first. But like you see, when I throw that full combo into the stun, I take a lot of damage. So I try to go back to that tactic that I used last time, which is you get the parry, you wait towards the end, and you throw a light. A light preferably, but there I think I did a medium, and I want to attack in as much as I can while he has bleeds up, so that way I convert as many rock stacks as I can, and I really want to keep the uptime on converting my rock stacks. I mentioned that in the last war that I really dislike Thing without that Human Torch synergy because I really want to get my Furies up because it's how you get his damage, right? And the one big thing for this fight is you must never throw your SP2. If you throw your SP2, you probably die. Like, it's bad. Don't do it. So right here, I'm just chilling. I'm just playing this nice and slow. That's kind of how this fight goes, right? I'm already like a minute in, just about, and he's only 30% down. It's just a very, very slow and steady fight. I have so much safety here with the protection, with my 20 rock stacks, so I can go unstoppable and stuff. And again, the protection is a very big one. I have my SP3 if I get cornered. If anything happens, I can throw a heavy and get protection. So safe here, and I just want to play it nice and slow. If it wasn't for Conduit, I could mix in a couple heavies, because then the protection plus the rock stacks would actually diminish that. So right there, I go in and I get parried, but because I'm at 20 rock stacks, I go unstoppable, and I get protection. So I took like no damage, then I get my unstoppable, and I just go for a couple backdrafts right there. Just what's going to happen? He hits me with protection and unstoppable up. So I'm just trying to finish this fight out, and at this point I'm pretty confident. Even if I were to eat an SP1, he doesn't have any prowess, I won't bleed, I won't be armor broken. So I'm just going to go in with some parries, 8k crit to finish it off. Really nice fight. Again, it's a super simple fight. Or not maybe simple, it's a very, very safe fight. Without Conduit, it's even safer, because Thing actually has a way to remove unstoppables, but you can't use your SP1 with Conduit, because then he heals. Without Conduit, you can actually make that fight even easier. Really nice. Unless there's some interaction I'm not thinking about there. So, Suicide's back on, and I'm going to throw... I was trying to decide where I was going to throw these in. I decided I was going to wait and see the deck I decided to set up for some Battlegrounds that I was going to play at the end of the season. So I have Bishop Hazard Shift, final fight of the war. I don't have any other mini-bosses later on or anything. So it's just this Bishop to end it off. And maybe selfish decision for what I was talking about with NEWN earlier, I decided I'm not going to put on a 3-minute boost. I thought I still had the regen, but I decided against the Power Start one, because you only get so many of those per season, and it seems I might play some Ghosts this season. So I didn't want to use an extra one there. Right there was so dumb, I don't know what I was doing. I was just really slow on the decision to heavy. If you remember from last war video, I mentioned something about that with the Arcus, where if you hesitate at all to throw your heavy, you can get hit. You can also get resisted and parried at the same time. So that's my fight's done. BG1 at that point was pretty far through. And this war actually got very, very close. As I said, it was 1-1. We were up on time, as you can see. We had that 2,000 second lead, so we would have had to die 3 more times to lose. So that was a nice lead to have on the time. Really, really fast war, honestly. I guess that's what you get when you have Ghost and stuff like that open from bans. But yeah, it was a really, really good war. It was very close. It was like 4-4 for a solid chunk of time, like over 100 fights in. It was looking really, really close. They gave up a couple late deaths, so that's good for us, I guess. So 2-0 to start the season, as you see there. And I hope you guys' second war goes well, or went well, and I hope you have a nice third war. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.